I don't think any pool related channel can be complete without discussing League. So I'm going to give you my experience and thoughts about League. First league I ever played in was back in 2002. And it was my wife and I were going to play in a BCA league, but we didn't know anybody because we were new to the area. So they matched us up with a guy who didn't have anybody. And we've been friends ever since. So the very first point, the most important point I can make about a league and playing in a league is the value of the social aspect of it. It's good to play with your friends, it's good to meet new people. It is really a great social outlet to get together, drink a few beers, have fun playing pool. To me, that is the core, highest value that League offers. I would also say that League is, no matter which one that it is, it's a good introductory activity for people who want to take it past just playing, drinking beer and just batting balls around in the pool hall or the bar, and trying to be at least somewhat competitive with it. And I think the APA, of all the leagues that are out there right now, I think the APA is the best at doing that. Now, the first league I played in was BCA, and the funny story, the league director was really kind of a crazy guy. His eyes were always like this, and he was always jumping around, always felt like he was on something. Then I really knew he was on something when I dropped him off at home one night because he didn't have a car. And I realized I was dropping him off at a halfway house. But he would do things like he would have a big dip in his mouth and he would take the dip out and puke in the trash can. Then he would guzzle down a beer, put his dip back in, the same dip, and keep playing. But he didn't last the whole season. He got banned from the pool room for an unpaid bar tab because he felt like since he was running the league, he should drink for free. It was also revealed that he was manipulating the numbers somewhat to benefit his team. So at the end of the season, our team won the league and we collected our cash and we bought the very last top of the line SD TV that was available because that's when the shift from SD to HD was really happening. So we bought a TV with our winnings and couldn't have been happier about it. But then, my wife has our first child and she never played in league again. Fast forward a while, play in another BCA league, get second in that league. And the thing that I started to notice about the BCA league is that the first, I think it's three matches. Those are the matches where the handicaps are set. Therefore, those are the matches where the better teams and the better players like to sandbag a good bit to set their handicap lower. And this was all pre Fargo. And I think this still happens now with Fargo because I played in another BCA league 4 years ago. And the first three sessions, there were a lot of balls being dogged by everybody except, the team that I was on because I've never played on a team that tried to do anything like that. So the other remarkable thing I think about the BCA league is that it paid cash back, but it never really made much sense because, you're paying a lot of money to play, but then you're getting money back. It's not that much money, at least not enough to be a big motivator. Now, the APA league that I played in last year, my experience with that is, again, I think it's great for introducing new players. But I had come back after not hitting a ball for 3 years, and halfway through the first match, a guy just throws a fit and is like, "This guy's not a three." So I went from a 3 to a 7 in the APA halfway through my very first match, which I thought was bizarre. My other observations about the APA is I do not like messing around with that app. If I'm focusing on a game, I don't want to be focusing on going back and playing around with my phone. I hate it. messing around and keeping score with the app. So that's, I guess, my biggest complaint about the APA. And then it just seems like, and I can't fault them for making money. I can't fault them for doing everything they can to make money. But it seems like that they hold all these different tournaments and mini tournaments to A, get people to pay a fee, and then B, to try to qualify as many people as they can for Vegas. So, Vegas, they make enough money off of Vegas. But again, I do not fault the APA for trying to make money. It's a lot of work. It can be a big headache. They should be able to make money, but I don't know. Overall, even though the social aspect of it was positive, I think if I was like everyone else who they're just doing it recreationally, and they're somewhat competitive but not really competitive, not competitive enough to want to improve, then I would be satisfied with the APA. But I don't think the APA or the BCA is, in league play in general, is a setting that puts enough pressure under you or motivates you to be the best player that you can be. So that's why ultimately league is not my favorite way of competing. I prefer playing in tournaments with the best possible available competition. And then I like playing longer sessions with people who I see as being a better player than I am. And I'm fortunate enough to have a core of guys that I play with that are better than me, that I know I'm getting their best game when we play. So, because we just play to improve, play to put pressure on each other. So, would I recommend League to a friend? Absolutely. It's a good way to discover pool and find your way in pool. But no, those are all the thoughts I have. If you have any other thoughts or you disagree with me about something, just leave it in the comments. And until the next video, everybody, shoot straight with angles.